Welcome back everyone to Learning the Good Life. Now this is one I've been waiting to show you. This is a behind the scenes of what it takes to stay on top of all the grass we have here.
Well, it's that time of year again, old friend, where I sit on you for half the year and we've got to take care of this place. You up for it? Of course you are. Let's go.
This little plan I've done, and please don't laugh, remember I'm a composer, not an artist, but it at least gives you an idea of all the names of the places we're mowing. The first cut is the shortest, so we're not actually taking loads off today, but we're starting here in the Archway Field, where I'm just clearing all the sticks and twigs that fell off the trees during the storm season so they don't hurt the blades of the mower, and I'm just taking that top layer off.
Well, so far so good. That's the archway done. Just because it's the first mow of the season, I'm just doing it literally at max height. Number 8 here. I don't know whether that means 8 inches. I doubt it. Anyway, let's not get into that discussion. Yeah, so just literally letting it come out the back here so it can go onto the grass as mulch. It's a bit messier, but it's the safest way of doing it so that you don't get caught up. This tends to fill with grass if it's too wet, but right now we're doing okay, which means this thing is working. There's a curious little feature to this where I've had to add this bit of wood with some nuts and bolts to hold this lever down, which is usually kept down by the grass collecting box. But what if you want to mow without the grass collecting box? Well, you can spend a lot of money on an attachment from steel, or you can get a bit of wood and some nuts and bolts and hold it down like that. So I opted for the latter. So here in the kitchen garden, the grass hasn't got that long. So in terms of height selection, it's always a bit of a game of going as low as I think the mower can cope with. So here I'm going to start off maybe on a 5 and then see if I can get it maybe to a 4. Who knows? These are the sorts of deliberations that go on in my world when I'm on mowing mode. Fascinating, I'm sure you'll agree. So I try to follow the Glengarry Glenross school of mowing, ABC, always be cutting, which means wherever I go in my path, I'm trying to always be on something I haven't cut yet. It's not always possible, but that's the most efficient way of doing it. Some people recommend you just start from the outside and work your way in, and in some places I do that. Sometimes I try and go up and down to sort of get that striped thing. It just depends on the necessity of the day. Anyway, that was on a 5. I reckon I can probably go down to a 2 or a 3. So probably a 3 next, and we'll see how tidy I can get this, because it is the sort of main back garden after all. So yeah, let's see how we get on.
So why would you call an area of grass Natasha, you may be asking? You'd be well within your rights. Well, we've got to refer to them as something, and that bit by the cabin doesn't really roll off the tongue. So why Natasha? Well, that right there is the steadings, and there's the field on this side, and one on the other. So what else are you going to call a steading field than Natasha? And the other one, of course, is Daniel Steading Field. Bit of fun. camera hasn't really picked up the before and after difference quite so well, I promise you there was so much grass coming off, even with this very short first cut. But of course, remember, I'm not collecting the grass. It's all going back on as mulch. So when I start collecting and really cutting it short, you're going to see some tasty before and after shots. Something to come back to the channel for. But for now, this is giving you a very good idea of the size of the task at hand and just how long it takes. Remember, these are all time lapses, of course. This was probably the best part of a day, which I split over 2 days. Thank you so much for all your lovely comments about the channel. I never imagined I'd get to over 1,000 subscribers in less than a month, and your support just means the world to me. Now, I'm about to show you the epic money shot, the mowing of the big Haugh. But just before I do, can I ask you for a favour? I'm really trying to extend the reach of this channel, and it would be so helpful if, after liking the video and making sure you've subscribed, of course, you shared this video with someone you think might enjoy it. You can share on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, even good old-fashioned email. Let's get the word out there so more and more of us can learn the good life together. Thank you, you're the best. Now, here's the epic shot that was 1 hour in the making. So, I'm nearly there, just the top field path to go. Here I just mow a very narrow one for us to walk the dog along. A farmer friend of ours clears it once a year in exchange for the silage, so it's nice to think that we're helping feed local cows. And I'm done. So here I come back through the big Haugh just to put the beast to bed, but also admire my work on the way home. Now, some of you might be thinking, I'm absolutely crazy. Why don't I just get someone else to do it? / why did we move to somewhere where you have to give up a day, sometimes a day every week in the height of the mowing season? And the answer is, it can sometimes be a bit of a nightmare, sure, but it's always worth it. We see it as the price we pay for living in this amazing place with all these incredible views. And I always feel pretty proud after I've finished. I'll stick a podcast or an audiobook on my headphones and just, zen out the way you do with any repetitive manual task. It's good for your mental health. So, if I was rolling in cash or I won the lottery or something, I might pay someone else to do it, or I might share the burden with them. But honestly, now I've got into the swing of it, I quite enjoy it. So, as I put the beast to bed, that concludes my behind-the-scenes look at how we tend the lawns here. Come on, it's worth it, right? Here's what you can watch next. More jobs getting ready for spring, tackling a giant overgrown beech hedge, trying to rescue our dying orchard with some major pruning, or perhaps you fancy a full-on tour of our 8 acres of beautiful Scottish homestead. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Learning the Good Life.